Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Paul and I'm here to help people expand their awareness. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you a couple of things and tips and movies and people that I've researched that helped me on my journey, on my spiritual journey. And in 2016, I had broken up with my boyfriend and I had hit rock bottom in that moment, like literally rock bottom. I was, my boyfriend and I were making probably $100,000 a year together, and we had this beautiful apartment, beautiful dog, beautiful life, and life was good. But apparently, I was really unhappy, and I had to end it. And in 2017. I was living in my new apartment by myself. It was the first time I was living by myself basically since I was a kid, because I moved out of Springville, New York in 2007, and I was already dating my boyfriend basically, and we had lived together from 2007 until 2016, and I was by myself for the first time since I was a teenager, and I had a panic attack. First real one. I mean, there was 3 when I look back. I also thought that those were something different. I thought it was like a heat stroke or whatever. So nonetheless, I'd lost my hearing, lost my vision, thoughts were going out of control. I collapsed to the ground. I had no idea what was going on. It was insane. And it was literally crazy. But nonetheless, in that moment when I was on the ground, I had decided that I needed to figure this out. I needed to figure out what was going on with me. I needed to figure out how to fix it. I mean, it's such a man thing to fix things, but I really needed to fix it because I no longer really had that support system with my boyfriend. And I'm like, okay, I really need to get this together. And I wanted to know, why am I so depressed? Why do I have so much anxiety? Why am I so sad all the time? And I literally started going on the computer and doing research. And lucky for me, I really love to research. I really do. And I don't even really remember how I stumbled upon it, but I stumbled upon the law of attraction. And I believe the first video that I watched was Aaron Doughty, and it was how to manifest a text message from someone that you want. And I'd watched it. Really was like, I didn't know at the moment. I was kind of like, what is this? This is kind of like weird, but that bigger part of me was like, keep looking. So I continued to research the law of attraction, and I found the movie The Secret. That was the first one. I believe it was The Secret, and I watched it. Blew my mind. I literally had a 180-degree change in my life after that. After I downloaded it and I watched it every day, trying to pick apart the film and try to figure out how to apply these things, and I needed more and more. So I then decided to start researching the people that were interviewed in the film. And the first one that I did was Bob Proctor, and Bob Proctor is amazing. When you research him, he has a wealth of information and an abundance of videos and things that you can watch and view and learn, and he's great. And I felt a little piece of home because I'm from Buffalo and Bob Proctor is from Toronto, which is only like an hour and a half away. I mean, they're 2 separate countries, but the distance is only an hour and a half away. And I was like, wow. I was like, okay. So I'm listening to him, and I was taking notes on his videos. I was just watching anything that I could on him and just taking notes and rereading my notes. And at this moment, I'm still not fully getting it, because it's a lifestyle change, when you go through a spiritual awakening, because there is people who just consume the content, and then there's people who practice the content. And in the beginning, I was still just consuming because it was so new to me and so opposite of what I was taught. And another person that was in The Secret that I really like was Abraham Hicks. I love Abraham Hicks. Her approach to it is so gentle and so calm and so easy. Like after you listen and you understand the law of attraction more and more, you understand that it's a very nice and easy thing to practice. And Abraham was great. And after like doing a lot of research on Bob Proctor and Abraham Hicks, I had come across this other film because I was also simultaneously a member of the Gaia Network. And Gaia at that moment, ironically, in that moment, had launched E-Motion. And when I watched E-Motion, it was really incredible. The people that were on there really, I think Dr. Joe Dispenza was on there, and he spoke on neuroplasticity, and that really opened up my mind because, you know, until that moment I had believed that, you know, whatever you're born with in your mind, cells and whatnot, like that's it, it's done. Like if you lose them, you lose them. You can't really relearn things. And, you know, from there I learned so much, learning about like the chakra systems and learning about eating fruits that match the chakras, and more specifically with Dr. Joe Dispenza, and neuroplasticity, he was talking about how you can rewire your mind to have a new reality. And all of your old belief systems and your old belief patterns, you can literally starve out by applying new thought patterns. So you can use affirmations, for example, and those are great ones. And I totally recommend that you find affirmations for yourself. And in the beginning, ones that are easy, like I am worthy, I am enough, I am love, I am brilliant, I am wealthy, like and repeat them over and over and over again like mantras. He was really great. E-Motion was really great, and it really gave me a different perspective on how your emotions and your vibrations really dictate your reality. And I was really, you know, in those moments, I was still a consumer, and I was really still kind of down in the dumps because I wasn't practicing anything. I was still really trying to get, I guess what you want to call a foundation in it. You know, now that I'm looking back at it, I really wanted to get like sure-footed in it and get moving and get a better comprehension of what it was before I moved on. And I'm so happy that I did. I am so happy. Like, present Paul thanks past Paul for literally doing that work. And you know, anybody who goes through a spiritual awakening and does the self-healing and that inner work, it can get messy sometimes because you go back when those old thoughts come up, or those old things that have like a lot of trauma or, you know, abuse, you know, whether it be physical, emotional, sexual, whatever had happened to you in your life, you have to really look at them in a different way. And once you learn to look at those thoughts and send them love and forgiveness, instead of looking and reviewing the thoughts as like fear and anxiety and depression, you start to rewire your existence. So like to sum that up, neuroplasticity literally, if you apply these techniques and you look back at your past experiences and just alter the way that you look at them and not have that fear, you can heal yourself. You don't have to keep looking at them as they were bad, because you have to remember, or if you don't know yet, that things that are in the past no longer exist. They're not real anymore, because there's the forever present. That's all you have. The future does not exist. The past does not exist. All you have is now. And in E-Motion, that movie from Gaia, they spoke about how your body and your mind can't tell the difference between the past, or what is a memory, and what is present, and what is the future, what you're predicting. It all sees it as the same. However, your body, say you're looking at a bad memory where you were physically abused, and you get that sadness or that anger or that frustration from that memory, your body goes into a fight or flight response presently. Even though you're standing in a room or sitting in a room, there's nothing going on, your body literally goes back into that moment and relives that moment. and you literally become that person that you were in that past moment again. And it's not healthy. It's not good for you. And anybody knows that if you stay angry for too long, or you stay, shameful for too long, or guilty for too long, it doesn't serve you any good at all. All it does with the law of attraction is just gives you more feelings and more opportunities to feel guilt, shame, anger, and frustration. So, in that movie, the E-Motion, that there was a lot of things that helped me with my emotions and helped me be able to bridge that gap from the past to the present, and realize that I don't have to keep reliving those moments, and when they come in, to just look at them and treat them a different way. So E-Motion, The Secret, those are two films that I recommend anybody who's beginning this journey to watch. They're two films about probably an hour and a half long, if that, and they're easy to watch, and they really do help. And there's also books that I recommend. When I was talking about Bob Proctor, he spoke on the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I read that book. It is amazing. Napoleon Hill did a brilliant job. He had an opportunity to interview the millionaires of the turn of the 20th century. Rockefeller, Emerson, Statler, all of those people. And he then comprised all that information and figured out what was the commonality on everybody and how they were able to become rich. And most of these people were poor immigrants, or born in first generation Americans born poor, and made themselves millionaires. And Statler is from Buffalo, and he created a beautiful hotel chain. And the Statler City still stands in Buffalo, and it is a gem. It is beautiful. And to know that he came from nothing in Buffalo and made this, that was another a piece that hit home. So Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I still recommend The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And the book that spawned The Secret is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. And that book is really good as well. And it's an even easier read than Think and Grow Rich. And those books helped me, and I know that they will help you. So those are that's what I recommend in the beginning. You do research, find out which people resonate with you, because you don't ever want to force something that doesn't feel right, because you always want to feel good. You want to feel right. You want to feel that what you're doing is the right thing. And you have to find techniques that work for you, because the beautiful thing about being human is that nobody is the same. We have a lot of commonalities, but nobody is the same. So find someone that works for you, that works good for you, and speaks true to your heart, and begin your journey, because it is worth it. I promise you, because I was a mess. I was keeping it together in public, but inside I was a mess. And I can now say, for probably over a year now, I love myself. I look in the mirror and I honestly love myself. I don't have those horrible thoughts. I never tell myself that I'm bad, or I'm ugly, or I'm fat, because I used to be overweight, when I was younger, and I used to be really hard on myself. And those were old beliefs and old belief systems that were given to me by my family. And I thought that I had to keep those, and that's whatever I was given, I had to have for the rest of my life. And with Dr. Joe Dispenza and neuroplasticity, you don't have to. You literally can rewire your mind and let go of all that garbage that you no longer need. So that's it for today's video. I really, really, really hope that, this video resonated with you. If you haven't, please subscribe. I'm trying to get up to, I want to get up to 100 subscribers. That's my first one, and eventually it'll surpass that, so I'm keeping my vibrations way up. And yeah, comment, like, subscribe, tell me if you like this video. I want to know, I really do, because these videos are for you guys. They help me as well doing them, but I really want to know what your feedback is. So that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a beautiful day. Peace.